Dark Witch is book one of Nora Roberts' The Cousins O'Dwyer trilogy. And what I liked about this, it focuses on the main character, Iona Sheehan, who craves attention, she craves love, and through her only family support, her maternal grandmother, she finds her family in Ireland. She travels cross country to find her cousins, who then help her to learn more about her powers, to learn more about her ancestry of the Dark Witch. And through the story, obviously, you know, there's the ups and downs and everything, the struggles, and she finds love. But one thing that I really, really enjoyed about this book was the fact that Iona, the character, was really, really in touch with her emotions. She was the optimistic one. She was the one who knew exactly what she wanted, exactly what she was feeling. Even though she craved love and she craved emotion, she craved to have a family, it didn't control her to get her to the point where she settled, okay? Many times we look at emotions or someone who wants a family, who wants companionship, as someone who is lonely and needy. And it could be the opposite. One of the things to getting a clear or a healthy relationship is to understand who you are. I've always felt that. And I've gone through the journeys of not being in healthy relationships. So one thing I've learned through the years, learned through my brief study of psychology, I've learned through going through counseling and things like that, you have to understand what a healthy relationship is. And there is that old saying where, you can't get to the good one until you go through all the bad ones. Well, each bad one that you go through, are you learning from that bad one? Are you taking what you need so that you don't repeat it, so that you're not getting into another or even worse situation? Those are the things that we need to kind of take to heart, or that's my advice, to, kind of look at those. Being in touch with your emotions, understanding what it is that you want out of life. Your emotions are key to your happiness. Another thing that puzzles me a lot of times is when there are so many people out there saying you have to control your emotions. There's no place in business for emotions. There's no place in this situation or that situation for emotions. Well, that's not entirely true. If someone were to really focus, open their mind up and realize, study history, wars were based off of emotions. And there are a lot of people that can sit here and say, no, it was based off of, property, or if it was based off of, who was going to get the, win this benefit or that benefit and what. Now, if you stop and think about it, everything came down to an emotion. This political leader felt very passionate or felt very strongly about this. Another political leader felt the opposite. The bottom line is they all had emotions, okay? Countless wars, countless arguments, countless discussions were based on emotions. How someone feels about this, how someone felt about slavery, how someone felt about taking over this country, taking over that country. All of those were based on emotions. If we break everything down, then yes, all of the political stuff comes into play. I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't. It does play a factor, but they start with emotions. But now, knowing all of that, do we control our emotions? Do we control them to the point that they don't influence us? And when we should stop fighting, do we stop? When we should fight, do we pick up and fight? So if you were to read any self-help books, if you would go to counseling, or do any research on the internet, all of them would tell you to surround, if you're feeling negative, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling the weight of stress, one of the excellent relief options that you have is to surround yourself with something positive. Surround yourself with loving happy things. And those are the things that kind of help you get out. But yet, it's kind of funny that when we come across those things, the first thing we're thinking about doing is, what the hell is wrong with her? What the hell is wrong with him? You know, because they're so happy and energetic. Not realizing that that's our stress relief. They're in tune with their emotions. They're able to control things to the point that even if they are going through difficult times, they can hold on to it. They know, okay, let me shut this down. I'm just going to stop these negative feelings right now. I'm going to stop this stress right now. And I'm going to go and enjoy myself. I'm going to act a little crazy. I'm going to act a little wild. I'm going to be that Toys R Us kid. Hold on to those things just to get a break away from the stress. And that's what we need. So what is it about human behavior that when someone who is in control of their emotions, we condemn them? We look at them as being flighty or crazy, weird, not in touch with reality. When did we start demonstrating that behavior as, you know what? No, there's something wrong with them. But then we embrace, and the only time we can see those things is if we see a celebrity. Then we mention all the time, oh, that person was nice. Did you see so-and-so on the news? They're doing this and they're doing that. But that crazy person who can make you smile or laugh because they just embracing, they are comfortable with their emotions, and they're not going to allow that stress to give them that stroke or heart attack. They're the ones that we condemn. Well, for me, if being flighty, if being crazy, if being labeled weird, not in touch with reality, sign me up for that one. Because reality is overrated, in my opinion. It really is. Every day we get up, we do the same mundane things, going to work, pushing ourselves, trying to take care of the kids, manage this rule, manage that rule, follow this law. For what? At the end of the day, our bodies are exhausted, our bodies are tired. We're mentally drained, emotionally drained, spiritually drained. And we're spreading that. Sign me up for the crazy board. I'd rather be crazy and stress-free and live an extra 20 years and enjoy life. So I say share what you embrace. Be brave enough to accept that we all have those moments. And if you made someone else laugh today, know that you added some years to their life because you took stress off of them. Don't become so politically correct and so egotistical that if somebody's laughing at you, they're automatically thinking something harmful. No. Maybe you passed on something that they needed. I hope to do something one day when I'm not even thinking about it that'll bring you a laugh.
So I would have to say that Dark Witch is a entertaining read. I thought the book was done very well, but I've noticed that the passion is just not there. I thought the book was written very, very well. Obviously, it's Nora Roberts, and her storyline is amazing. She always comes up with amazing stories. But the love interest, maybe because if it's a romance novel, I'm expecting a little bit more romance in there. So I'd have to say it was definitely an entertaining read. But her characters are very, very real. They're very believable. And like I said, what can you argue about her plots? Her plot lines and storylines are amazing. So even though with all of that, it still was an entertaining read. All right, don't forget to drop me a comment and subscribe.